Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm your host, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another beer review. And today, guys, we are looking at another Shamltz Brewing beer based out of California, brewed in New York. And this one is part of their Barrel Aged Release series. This is their number 6, batch number 1. This is Funky Jewbelation, basically an American strong ale, you know, the generic term, 9.8% alcohol by volume. And it's a combination of a bunch of their really big beers, aged 73% in rye whiskey barrels, 27% in bourbon barrels, and I'll go down the list. Jewbelation 15, aged 3 months. Vintage Jewbelation, aged 9 months. Bittersweet Lenny's RIPA, aged 1 month. Origin, aged 14 months. Reunion Ale 2011, aged 7 months. And Messiah, aged 14 months. So it is going to be a gigantic barrel-aged blended beer. Looking forward to this one. Let me get into a glass, let you guys know how it smells, tastes, and give you the verdict on Shmaltz's Funky Jewbelation. All right, guys, so the appearance on the Funky Jewbelation, well, it poured like a stout or a porter, kind of how an American strong ale should pour. Hints of a red, hints of a dark brown, a very kind of, you know, you can't see anything through it, verging on a black. There was a nice finger of an off-white, kind of khaki, creamy head on there. Dissipated really quickly, but with barrel-aged beers, you would expect that. Decent amount of lacing. You can kind of swirl it and get the head going back up there. Lots of alcohol legs on this one, at almost 10%. I would expect that yet again. Nice carbonation actually coming off the bottom of the glass. Really, really nice looking, kind of generic strong beer. All right, the aroma on the Funky Jewbelation. It's actually really, really hop forward. I'm getting kind of a citrus, kind of orange peel, like a candied orange peel almost. A bit of caramel and toffee in there. Definitely getting the booziness from the barrel. It's kind of a vanilla oakiness, like a bourbon character, a little spiciness from that whiskey in there. Really kind of a dark fruit, you know, like a ripe fig or a ripe like plum or something coming through as well. A little bit of alcohol. Yeah, it's a really, really big smelling beer. All right, the taste on the Funky Jewbelation. Cheers. Definitely getting a bit of a hop presence. A little bit of, it's like a candied fruit, like a dried kind of apricot or something right at the front of the tongue. Middle of the mouth, getting a little bit of the bourbon character, a little bit of vanilla, more of that hoppiness, a bit of an oakiness. I'm getting a touch of like an oxidization in there. You know, with a barrel aging project, I would expect that. There's maybe a little bit of a sour note in there as well, just a touch. Getting more of a dark fruit, almost a quad-like character in the middle of the mouth. There's a touch of a dark chocolate, a touch of a roasted grain. Big dark fruits like what I expect in a quad. A touch of like a breadiness in there as well. Aftertaste, definitely a sweet, kind of sugary, syrupy aftertaste. More of almost like a piney citrus quality. A bit of spiciness, a bit of that bourbon kind of vanilla burn in there as well. 10%, you actually don't taste that. It's a really kind of all over the place, you know, classic American strong ale. It's good stuff. All right, guys, so the final verdict on the Funky Jewbelation from Shamltz Brewing, 9.8% alcohol by volume, available now. Guys, I'm going to give this one a B. As far as American blended strong ales go, this is a really solid entry. You know, you're getting the bourbon barrels, you're getting the whiskey barrel, you're getting elements from each one of those beers, especially the rye IPA, which I didn't expect if they're a barrel-aged beer. Actually pretty easy to drink at 10%. I am kind of getting a bit of like a Flanders red kind of vinegary sourness in there. And I don't know if that was intentional or if that was maybe something that went a little bit awry in one of the barrels, but it's not very prevalent. And it actually works with this beer because it is such a big kind of complicated malty sweet. It's got the, you know, the hoppiness going in there as well. I'll be curious to see how this one aged. You're definitely going to pick up 2 bottles, you know, age one and drink one, you know, relatively fresh. This was bottled back in April. So with that said, guys, going to get a B from me. And remember, folks, life is too short. Drink amazing beers. Cheers.